Hey everyone, and welcome back to Geo News Radio.
Always great to be back.
Today,
Hey.
we're going deep into the world of volcanoes.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
not the kind that you're probably thinking of,
Right.
all fiery and explosive.
Yeah.
What if I told you
Okay.
that volcanoes could be
Hmm.
secretly messing with the climate
Interesting.
for millions of years,
Wow.
even when they seem totally quiet?
That's fascinating.
It is. There's this new study.
Okay.
It's got everyone in the geology world buzzing
I can imagine.
because it challenges so many of the assumptions we have
Yeah.
about how volcanoes affect climate.
Oh, this is really cool.
It is. And this new research
Yeah.
has to do with
Yeah.
something called cryptic carbon.
Cryptic carbon.
Yeah. Sounds a little sci-fi.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a real thing.
Yeah.
And it might just rewrite the story
Really?
of how volcanoes have shaped our planet.
Wow. Okay, well, to understand all this, we first need to talk about large igneous provinces.
LIPs.
Yeah.
Okay, LIPs.
Now, they're not your everyday volcanoes.
Yeah.
No, we're talking absolutely massive volcanic regions,
Wow.
eruptions on a scale that dwarfs anything we've seen
Right.
in human history.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Okay.
Imagine enough magma to bury the entire U.S.
The whole U.S.
Yeah, under half a kilometer of rock.
Oh my gosh.
That's the scale we're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
That's incredible.
And these LIPs, they've erupted multiple times
Okay.
throughout Earth's history, often with pretty dramatic consequences.
Like how dramatic?
Well, we're talking periods of extreme climate change.
Wow.
Even mass extinctions.
No way.
These eruptions were so powerful,
Yeah.
they could literally change the course of life on Earth.
Wow, that's just incredible.
It is. It's mind-blowing.
I never really imagined the scale of these things.
Yeah.
So what does all this have to do with cryptic carbon?
So scientists have known for a long time
Okay.
that LIP eruptions
Yeah.
can cause short-term warming.
Right, because of all the CO2, right?
Exactly. It's all that CO2 they release.
Yeah.
But what's puzzling is that after some of these eruptions, the planet stayed warm
Really?
for far longer than anyone expected.
So like even after?
Even after the volcanoes themselves stopped erupting.
Wow. So the traditional explanation is that
Yeah.
this prolonged warming was caused by a weakened silicate weathering feedback, right?
Right. Think of the silicate weathering feedback
Okay.
like Earth's natural thermostat.
Okay.
It helps regulate the planet's temperature over long periods.
Got it.
But massive volcanic eruptions,
Yeah.
they can disrupt this thermostat. And that can lead to those really prolonged periods.
So that traditional explanation makes sense, but
Yeah.
this new research throws a curveball into the mix.
It does.
With cryptic carbon,
It really does.
doesn't it?
This new study suggests that there's another factor at play here.
Wow.
A hidden source of CO2 that's been slowly leaking out
Okay.
for millions of years after these major eruptions.
So after the eruptions are done,
Yes.
there's still CO2 coming out.
Exactly. And they're calling it cryptic carbon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where is this cryptic carbon coming from?
It's CO2 that gets trapped
Okay.
deep underground in magma.
Oh, wow.
And even when that magma doesn't erupt,
Okay.
this trapped CO2 can still escape.
It can.
Yeah. Think of it like a bottle of soda.
Okay. A soda bottle.
When the lid is on,
Yeah.
you don't see any bubbles.
Right, right.
That's like the magma deep underground.
Right.
But when you open the bottle,
Yeah.
the pressure is reduced
Uh-huh.
and those bubbles start to form.
That's the CO2, right?
Yeah. They're basically CO2.
Right.
And they rise to the surface.
Okay.
In the case of cryptic carbon,
Yeah.
this release happens very slowly over millions of years.
So it's not a sudden burst
No.
like we see in a volcanic eruption.
It's more like a
Okay.
slow, steady leak of CO2 that can go on for millennia.
Wow.
And the study suggests
Okay.
that this slow leak could have been enough
Wow.
to keep the planet warm
Really?
long after those massive LIP eruptions were over.
That's a pretty radical concept.
It is. It's pretty amazing.
It completely changes our understanding
Yeah.
of how volcanoes can impact the climate over these long periods.
Yeah.
It means they might have this hidden,
Yeah.
long-lasting effect
Exactly.
that we never even considered
I
before.
know. It's incredible, isn't it?
That's wild.
And it could have huge implications for how we understand past climate events
Oh, wow.
and even mass extinctions.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It really changes the way we think about these things.
So are there any LIPs active today that we should be worried about?
That's a good question.
Right. Could this cryptic carbon be contributing to climate change right now?
The good news is that the most recent LIP, the Columbia River Basalt Group, finished erupting about 16 million years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's...
And it was actually a relatively small one compared to some of the ancient giants we're talking about.
So no imminent threat then?
Not from LIPs, at least.
Okay.
However, this research still has a lot to tell us.
Really?
About our current climate situation.
How so?
Well, even though these LIP events happen over incredibly long timescales, they give us a unique perspective on how the Earth system responds to large-scale CO2 emissions, no matter the source.
Oh, interesting.
It's like having a natural experiment that we can observe and learn from.
So by studying these ancient events, we can better understand how our planet might react to the changes we're seeing today.
It emphasizes that we can't just focus on what's happening at the surface. We have to think in terms of systems, considering all those interconnected processes that contribute to our planet's climate.
So it's like this giant puzzle.
Yeah.
And this study gives us a crucial piece
to
help us see that bigger picture.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm curious about the study itself.
Yeah.
How did the researchers actually go about investigating this cryptic carbon release?
It was a pretty complex undertaking.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They combined geological data with sophisticated computer models.
So a blend of real-world observation and simulation.
Precisely.
That's really cool.
They used these models to simulate the movement of magma through the Earth's crust. Over millions of years.
And how that movement could lead to this slow and steady release of cryptic carbon.
Exactly. And they also modeled how the climate system would have responded to this gradual increase in CO2 levels.
So it sounds like a really interdisciplinary effort.
It was.
Bringing together expertise from both geology and climate science.
Exactly. And that's often the key to cracking these complex scientific puzzles.
For sure.
By combining those insights from different fields, we get a much richer and more complete understanding.
It's like piecing together a puzzle.
Yeah.
Each study, each discovery adds another piece
to the
bigger picture.
Yeah, and we're still in those early stages.
We are.
Aren't we?
Yeah.
What are some of the big questions that still need to be addressed?
Next.
Well, we need to get a much better handle on the quantities of cryptic carbon being released.
From different LIPs.
Yeah, this study gives us a framework.
Right.
But we need more precise measurements to truly assess its impact.
Because knowing how much carbon is being released is crucial for understanding its effect on climate, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And we also need to figure out if this cryptic carbon release varies across different LIPs.
Oh, interesting. So,
like, are some provinces leakier than others?
Okay.
Understanding these variations will be crucial.
Got it.
For refining our climate models and predictions.
So there's still a lot of work to be done.
Oh, definitely.
A lot more data to gather.
Yeah.
And a lot more pieces to fit into this puzzle.
That's what makes it so exciting.
It does.
There's so many mysteries yet to unravel.
Yeah.
And with each discovery, we gain a deeper understanding of how our planet works.
Yeah, it really is amazing.
It is.
How much we're still learning about our planet.
It's like
we're constantly peeling back layers of an onion. And with each layer, we get a clearer picture of just how complex and interconnected everything is.
That's a great analogy.
And what's so fascinating about this cryptic carbon discovery is that it challenges our perceptions.
It does.
Of time.
Totally.
We tend to think about geological events as these sudden dramatic things.
Yeah, like big.
Right.
Yeah.
But this research shows us that.
It shows us that those impacts.
The impacts can play out over millions of years.
Yeah, millions of years.
It really puts things in perspective.
It does.
It makes our human timescale seem pretty insignificant.
Very.
In the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, absolutely.
And it kind of underscores the importance of considering the long-term consequences of our actions, even if those consequences unfold over centuries or millennia.
It's a good point.
This whole deep dive into cryptic carbon has really been eye-opening for me.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is. It's shown me how much we still don't know.
So much we don't know.
About the forces that shape our planet and its climate.
I know. It's humbling, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
And that's the beauty of science.
Right.
There's always more to explore, more to learn.
Totally.
And more to discover.
It's exciting.
It is.
So as we wrap up, what are some key takeaways?
All right. Well, first, I'd want our listeners to remember that Earth operates on timescales that are vastly different from our human experience, events that seem sudden to us.
Right, like a volcanic eruption.
Yeah.
Seems like a big deal.
Right, but they're really just blips on the geological radar.
That's a good point.
And second, when we're trying to understand complex systems like our climate, there's never one simple explanation.
No.
It's always a web of interconnected processes, each influencing the others in subtle and often unexpected ways.
So it's not just about the CO2 we're emitting today.
It's not just that.
But also these long-term geological processes that have been shaping our planet.
Exactly.
For millions of years.
For millions and millions of years.
Right.
And lastly, I hope this deep dive has sparked some curiosity.
For sure.
If you're intrigued by this cryptic carbon study, we've included links to the research and some other resources in the show notes.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your fellow Earth enthusiasts.
Spread the word.
We'll be back soon.
We will.
With more fascinating explorations of our amazing planet.
Can't wait.
Until then, keep exploring. Keep questioning. And keep marveling at the wonders of our incredible Earth.
From all of us here at Valls Geoconsultant.
Thanks for listening.
My name is Ricardo Valls. I'm a professional geologist registered in the province of Ontario, Canada, and also the president of Valls Geoconsultant. Geology, geochemistry, structural analysis, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. I am sure you will find something useful among my over 550 videos.
I think these videos are brilliant, and I'm sure you will like them too. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell.